So, Sanford and Son, All in the Family, The Jeffersons, Maude, and Good Times. And Manaska, your comment on that?
Yeah, Norman, I said these were all shows from the 70s. I wasn't born until the early 80s, but I've never heard of another show from the 70s. Those are all the shows that lasted into my generation that still are on repeat. You know, on the syndication.
You're responsible for all TV in the 70s, is what he's saying.
Well, hardly all TV, but enough of it that people do remember. What I especially love is hearing that families laugh together. You know, there was one set in the home then, and we didn't have all of the other appliances, all the other cell phones and iPads and so forth. So the families could collect if they enjoyed something together.
Yeah.
And they did, and that's the greatest kick.
Yeah. You know, All in the Family was just so far ahead of its time. And the things that were said on there, politically correct, not politically correct, can't be even said on television today. Is that good? Are we better off today being politically correct?
I don't think we're better off at all today. It's shocking that we have made so little headway vis-a-vis the racial issue and racial tensions and so forth. And that has a lot to do with other problems in the economy, like housing and jobs, the economy and so forth. No, we're way behind.
And you know, I read an interview earlier in the year where you called Donald Trump America's middle finger.
I called him the middle finger, the middle finger of the American right hand.
We went even further. So, does it still hold true for you?
Well, it does for me. I don't think the American people are in love with Donald Trump. I think they are doing is hurting from the kind of leadership they have across the board. I mean, it's the kind of leadership that gave us the situation with Wells Fargo in the last few weeks, that gave us the situation with the pharmaceutical company and the charges for that. I forget the name of the salve or pill or whatever that was, the airbag company and the cars and the people dead as a result. Wherever one looks in leadership, it's, people who are said to be part of a government that depends on an informed citizenry. They haven't got a chance.
Yeah.
The media are just people yelling bumper sticker kind of talk at each other.
Right, everybody's yelling at each other, and and that's getting the ratings. I mentioned your television, but of course, films like Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, Fried Green Tomatoes. But now we're going back to TV here with this documentary, American Masters, Norman Lear, Just Another Version of You. Talk about that.
That, by the way, well, Just Another Version of You has been my bumper sticker for some years. Because I do believe, we share a common, whatever our color, whatever our ethnicity, as human beings, we share a common humanity. And we've just got to get over all of the things that are uncommon. They're the things that are, that ought to bring us delight. The fact that, the miracle that there can be so many of us and so many different kinds, and yet we are versions of one another.
It is airing on Tuesday, October 25th, 9 till 10:30 on PBS. You can check your local listings for that. But
and there are two women, Heidi Ewing and Rachel Grady, who made this film.
Yeah,
and they did a brilliant job. Brilliant job. It's not like any other biography I've seen.
Well,
they did their own artistic version.
It is. It's such an honor to be able to speak with you today, and I know we're up against the time, and they're going to make you go away. But Norman Lear, watch this documentary on PBS. And Norman, thank you so much for coming on the radio this morning.
You are so welcome. I appreciate it.
Pretty amazing. Norman Lear, the legendary, at 94 years old right now.